what a week it's been. In fact, what a great week. We predicted 3 wins in a week on this channel, and the boys in Sky Blue delivered. Goals galore yet again, and we've won 2 away matches in the last couple of days without actually breaking sweat. It's been incredible. Am I really watching the Sky Blues? It's just unbelievable. It's like watching Brazil. And, well, when Brazil were good, of course, not now because they're rubbish. But top of the table currently as it stands, and hopefully by 5 o'clock, because Middlesbrough got a tricky game away at Portsmouth, and that'd be a fantastic way to see this international break. And absolutely amazing. I'm joined by Luke, of course. Luke, well, how you feeling, mate?
You said about an amazing week. Was it 11 goals in 7 days with 0 return?
Wow. And this is the other thing as well. Yet again, no goal from open play against us. It's fantastic. And to build any kind of platform, you need a strong defence. And we're not actually letting in goals anymore, which is unbelievable, with a bunch of defenders who I said weren't capable at the start of the season. So something's changed there. What do you reckon it is?
I don't know. I think Rushworth's made a difference. And it's going to be tough, who's going to be the number one when all the injuries have sort of, but I think Rushworth's made a massive difference. And I saw a post last week about Frank Lampard's turned Jay De Silva into prime Ashley Cole. I don't know what he's doing, something right, isn't he? Because they seem to be, they all did today. They were dispossessing Sheffield Wednesday, like almost at every touch, and we're not used to that. How many times you're at the ground a couple of seasons ago and just tackle him, just go for it. Now we just seem to be doing it. It's clicking.
What's interesting is my wife, her knowledge of football is from watching games, and I'm watching games on the telly, I suppose. And she pointed out a few players, which I'll mention actually a bit later on. And I'm actually thinking, for someone who's not really interested in football, very observant. But I'm going to quickly read out some comments. Mark Morris, it's like a game of FIFA on easy level. Gavsa Legrand, the old 5 PUSB. Rich T, this is fantastic. Well played. Cov players coming in and doing a job. Rest up and go again in 2 weeks. Ellis James, I thought it was Ellis Simpson. Ellis James says, this is absolutely mental. I'm thinking way ahead of myself. I'd be really annoyed if you didn't go up this season, if you get me. No, I think we've said it already. We cannot finish outside the top 6, whatever happens. Nick Davenport, 12 goals in 7 days and 9 points. Amazing. Doug Boland, 9-point week. Absolutely brilliant. Will King, onwards and upwards. Always believe. We certainly do, Will. We certainly do. Ryan Matthew J, props to BTA. He is starting to be the player I thought we were signing. Absolutely fantastic. Speed and strength, desire. We're incredible at the moment. Mark Lights, awesome. Automatic promotion. Commentators saying we have a strong squad. Why do we doubt it, says Rob Murray. On Onyx Freight, plus 20 goal difference. Colin Branfield, when was the last time we had 20 plus goal difference? I just said this to my wife. I think we've now scored, our goal difference is now better than any other club's goals scored in English football. It's incredible. Now, the start of the game, Luke, Eccles last minute dropout, I noticed. EMC came in for Torp, but Torp was on the bench, wasn't he? So it was not too bad. So he's obviously took a kick on the ankle, I think. And we got a guy, goalkeeping sub, Oscar Varney, which we got from Fulham apparently during the summer, as a second goalkeeper on the bench. So straight away I'm messaging in our group, oh no, defeat incoming is what I said. Which I said last week as well. We ended up winning, so I'm going to keep doing it. And what with Miles predicting a 2-1 defeat as well, which is brilliant. So I think we just keep just before the game starts, fearing the worst. But got to say, the people who've come in are doing a great job, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, Kessler Hayden against Millwall, I think it was a fantastic goal, and he's coming on and he's giving everything, especially that backflip. But Rushworth, I think, is proving his worth. But I was worried. Eccles has got a glute injury, and I heard Oggy say for everyone else that's basically a pain in the bum. Glute injury. I didn't think Torp would start because of the way he went off. But I think Mason Clark still looked a bit tired when he first come on. He's definitely not 100%. I think that it made sense for them to sort of sort of rest him, I think. But I think he needs another week or two resting, I do. But I think the international break will help.
Oh, definitely. I mean, the game started, and I think after 2 minutes, wow, we get a goal, don't we? Now, I'm not sure. It's been credited to BTA. It's hard to tell if they touched it at the same time, but it sounds now normally as a Cov fan, we score after 2 minutes. I'm thinking, oh, please just blow the final whistle. But I really fancied it. Once we went 1 up after 2 minutes, I'm thinking, come on, surely we're going to just absolutely kill them. Is that what you thought?
Yeah, I mean, when the second goal, I'm like that. We joke about that whenever I go to the games with my family. I keep sort of stating the obvious, like, oh, just if we get another goal, it'll be 4, or we get another goal. We did it the Blues game, but for me, I always want to get have that sort of advantage. I'm never happy with 1 or 2-0 because I think just historically in the past, it only takes 1 goal and that's it. You're only 1 goal away from only grabbing a point. So for me, I always feel comfortable now when we're 3 goals up. And I think we saw, I think it was at Millwall, it was on the commentary, they said our XG was 3.5 goals. I mean, that's extraordinary to have 3.5 goals XG. But yeah, I did say I was watching at home with my other half, and I said, if we get a third one before half time, that's it. They'll come out and they'll have their heads bowed. Well, we did, but they came out and they're all all firing on all cylinders. Sheffield Wednesday were shortly.
I just find that when we move the ball quickly, we are dangerous, and I think this is the key, isn't it? That first half, it was a weird first half though, because we were in control. It was comfortable, but we didn't really break sweat at all, did we? It never felt like we're going to actually concede a goal, but you kind of were thinking, "Come on, boys, just up it a little bit because we can take this lot to the cleaners." I mean, and the 10-minute break, it probably did us a favour because for that, after we scored the goal, for those 8 minutes, I don't know what you thought. It went into a bit of a lull, and Sheffield Wednesday had a couple of nice little breaks, didn't they? And I actually thought the 10-minute pitch invasion did us a favour.
Yeah, it's ironic, isn't it, that the fans haven't helped their team? I mean, I felt for them when I thought they would, and I've seen some live videos on Facebook since, because obviously I was watching it via iFollow, so they just pan across. I did think that, but I thought it gives us a bit more chance to regroup now, because they were on the attack, and that could have been a game changer. I think if they'd have got one back, it might have made a different outcome. I still don't think we would have lost, but it would have been a lot tighter.
Yeah, we feel sorry for them. We've been there, haven't we? Phil Brown says, great result, clean sheet again. We need to keep Carl if we go up, says JH Audits. Ellis James, they're playing We Live and Die over the Tunnel at Hillsborough. Amazing. Doug Bolam, our goal stats are mental. Colin Branfield, if we took all our chances, could have been 8. You're getting greedy now, Colin. I mean, I must admit, I did say the same. Ryan Matthew J, Stoke draw 2. So the points apart are slowly forming. This is exactly what we wanted. Stephen Hapgood, how will we break help? How will we break help? We are on fire. I'm not sure what that means. Greg Brindle, PUSB, what a win. BTA was outstanding. Best game is played for CCFC. How good was the music at the end playing Enemy Live and Die in these towns? Nice touch by Sheffield Wednesday Football Club. Keep your chins up. Match plot. What a start to the season. This is wow. Rest and recovery key now for the international break. Get Rudy, Torp, Eccles all back fully fit. Colin Branfield again. It was the same ref that sent off the Sheffield United manager. He obviously got something against Sheffield. Assassins Unite, high all from sunny Tenerife. Lost for words were brilliant. Mark Cunningham, what a great result. I'm over the moon. Buzz8 says, if we'd taken our chance, it could have been 10. He's up in it, Colin. He's saying 10, not 8. We could even criticise our players for passing options as we controlled, but had more gears. Gobsmack, says Ian Small. Now, I know Ian Small very well, don't we, Luke? And for him to be gobsmacked takes a lot of gobsmacking.
Yeah, definitely.
Colin Branfield, allow PUSB, Mark Packman. Hi guys. I was confident going into this game today. We scored 3 against Brum. We scored 4 against Millwall. So I placed a bet. It's going to win 5-0, 42-1. Get in there. Hey Claudio, J8 says, after a week like that, your shopping bill will take a hammering. We are going shopping straight after this podcast. I said to my wife, I says, should we go to Aldi? She went, no, we're going to Tesco. I'm lucky it wasn't Waitrose. After all, what a great afternoon it is, says Rowan Welsh. Mark Lights, Haji's goal was offside. Everything is going our way. Peter Doolan said, great team performance with this squad being used to the full. Henry Hill, is this real? Am I playing FIFA career mode or beginner on beginner difficulty? Yes, I know what you mean. Lee Lishman, keep waiting for the wheels to fall off. I'm basking in the sky blue, not a cloud in the sky. I have great feeling. We concentrate on the next game, not off the field goings on. What a difference Grimes makes. Lau says, hope the 2-week break doesn't ruin our stride. Rob Murray, Aldi, don't do prawn sandwiches. You're right there, Rob Murray. Now, the second goal. Wow, Watkins. I mean, in between, there was a few chances. Haji Wright was having a bit of a mare for 10 minutes, wasn't he? Where he couldn't shoot, he couldn't pass, he couldn't stand up. But then on the 33 minutes, EMC goes through, loses possession quite cheaply, doesn't he? Gets the ball back. And then BTA, what a finish, Luke.
Yeah, absolutely. Just keeps going and going and going, doesn't he? It's just... yeah, it's great. I mean, you're right by Haji Wright. That one-on-one with the keeper, I was on the edge of my sofa going, go on, go on. And I thought, you've got a goal. You've got a whole goal mouth in front of you. And he puts it wide. And I face palm and think, I'm not going to give him a hard time because he is doing well. But I just thought, on other days, he'd have buried that.
Yeah, it's weird because I was having a conversation with my son at the time. And we were saying that he's such a frustrating player because, I just don't understand how he doesn't score more. But as my son says, but he looks like the one who will always score. It's weird, isn't it? He's a strange player, but he's got 9 goals, hasn't he?
Well, yeah, it's like I watched against Millwall. I think it was on a header. Ball come over and he put it up. The header sort of softly dinks over, and I keep saying I'd love to see him just have he did have a bullet header, but a proper sort of that one coming on, just a swinging header, because he's capable of them. Just hit it down, not up.
On 43 minutes, EMC had a chance, didn't he, when the ball was pulled back? Should have probably scored, but the keeper made another great save. But then Bobby Thomas. Now he gets up for the header. Now, definitely, there was at least 3 players all stood offside, and any one of them the linesman should have flagged for because they're all interfering with play. And I think it probably would have trickled in from Bobby Thomas, but of course, your man Haji Wright taps it in, and the linesman nowhere near, was he?
No. You could see the frustration in the players, the Sheffield Wednesday players. And quite rightly so. That was I saw it straight away, and I thought, oh, that's offside. Then they gave it, but how many have we had? Where I used to sit at the CBS, I was. There was a few games you've been, and the lino is just. You think, keep up, lino. They're on the attack. Just keep up. But for once, I think someone's just commented. The result, the decisions by the linos and the refs are going our way, and I'm not going to complain about it. However, I do think that was a handball. I think it was early into the game after the first goal, 4 minutes. When you look back at the replay, I've seen lots of penalties given for handballs. Very similar to that. So,
well, I've got. I think we've got Jonah Fat Cat in the background. I'll get him on the stage.
Oh yeah, Jonah.
Are you there, Jonah?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. We can't see you, but I like that. It looks like there's some sort of protection thing going on there.
Yeah, what the hell is going on? Hang on one second.
We'll get him up in a minute. I'll read some comments out. Alex Robinson says, just think if it had signed that other striker in the summer, we'd have scored 7 today. Jamie Carter, it's the away kit. Couldn't win in the white one last year. Hot coral is the future. Dave Saunders, Claudia, cancel your ticket to Wrexham. That's right, because I'm going to Wrexham. I hope this form lasts one game at a time. I hope the international break doesn't ruin us, our form. Henry Hill, I celebrated Tat's goal waiting for a bus in Ipswich. In Ipswich was a couple walked past me and looked to me awkwardly, but I didn't care. I must admit, I celebrated it way more than I should have done, considering it was like the 5th goal, wasn't it? Or whichever goal it was. Just Marcus Jace, Sky Blue Army, Sakamoto, man of the match for the The Kissum. Marcus J says, top of the league. Rob Murray, really happy Sims and Sakamoto scored. Confidence boosting and well deserved. I predicted, somebody predicted a 5-0. Where are we? I predicted 5-0 to the mighty Sky Blues, says the Kissum. Marcus J, Sachs was a beast. Mick Davenport, Claudio, another great result. We deserve the elephant impression. Right, I'll bring in Jonah.
There we go.
Jonah, how you doing, mate? Maybe
Very
you're the
good.
good luck charm. Maybe you, becoming a Coventry City fan, whatever you've got, this little charm from the USA is rubbing off on our team, because you are definitely, I reckon, making the difference, mate. You've had a little watch along, haven't you, live today? What did you make that first half?
What did I make of the game? First off, I'm over the moon. I'm really happy with that result. I mean, we understand what situation that they're in, but at the end of the day, it's not our issue who's put in front of us. We went out, we scored early, we silenced the game early. The stoppage, you mentioned it in my live stream, it happened at the right time. It was a little scary, balls getting put into dangerous areas, but after the play stopped and restarted, I think we kind of took the game we took the game into control and we just kind of rode it out. And obviously really happy with all the players that scored. Sims, Sakamoto. Sakamoto is my favorite goal because I was saying he really needed one for his confidence. So I'm just over the moon happy so far.
It was, what did you think to your man, Haji Wright? Because we were saying a bit indifferent in that first, in fact, throughout the whole game, really. He's just got the call up to the USA, having hugs and kisses with the other US compatriot. I noticed before the game. Is he in the squad, the lad from Sheffield Wednesday, by the way?
No, Horvath isn't in the squad. No, he's pretty far down the pecking list. He was wasteful today. I mean, that's Haji Wright for us, though. His positioning is so good. He's always going to put himself in positions to get goals. But, those first two chances he had in the first half, probably should have done better. The first chance he didn't get a clean strike on the ball. The second chance, I thought that he kind of slowed down. He took the ball back, slowed the play down when he should have been more direct. And then in the second half, he had a tap in that was just a good save. And then whatever you want to call that goal that he got, that was poor on the line-out. But hey, we've been on the good end of things. We've been on the bad end of things. It is what it is. The game was already over at that point.
Well, it most definitely was, wasn't it? I was just looking at the second half now, and it was a bit of a slow start, wasn't it, Luke? The one thing I will say about today, and it didn't have to be great, because you're playing a team who, my wife says, they don't seem to be that bothered. I said, yeah, but not been paid 5 months out of the last 7. I'm not surprised, So it was a game where we didn't have to be magnificent, and our passing at times wasn't great, but it was good enough, wasn't it? And that second half showed it, I think.
Yeah, as I said, they came out in the second half. I didn't expect them to come out like they did, but I just think they quickly ran out of steam, and I feel for them. I did have this conversation with my partner. I said, sometimes, though, there's nothing, you can't beat that fighting spirit. They've not been paid, so they're going to be, morals are there, so their morale's going to be down, confidence is going to be low. But, they put up a good fight against the Blues, was it about a week ago or something? You can't, that's something about this. We've been through the same, haven't we? It's that fight. It's like the size of the dog in the fight, isn't it? The size of the fight in the dog. I didn't think it would be that easy, but I did think I knew we'd win. I thought we haven't really got to turn up here, but I just wasn't expecting that. I did think that they'd get a goal in that beginning of that second half because of the way they were going at it. But no, I think we've got a good sort of defensive back line now. I think we've sort of found what we need, and we've just got to hope that they stay fit. That's my biggest worry, is this sort of the injury, especially with the international break. And sort of we've got a long season ahead of us, haven't we? So I'll just hope we can keep fit.
The interesting thing, Jonah, was by 62 minutes, we'd had Wolfenden, Sims, Bidwell, and KKH all come on, which is, for us, is fantastic, isn't it? And being able to rest some of these players. It was like we had the Carabao Cup team out there for the last half an hour, didn't we?
Yeah, I was really happy that Frank made those substitutions. I think the first sub was made somewhere in the 50s, if I'm not mistaken, and I really like that. I was saying it to my chat. Having the luxury of, it's good for two things. It's good to rest the legs of players that are starters that we need to play like the big time minutes, and then it's also good to get players in that you want the ability to have to trust in big game situations, because as much as it doesn't feel like it right now, there's going to be times where, we might go down a goal or the offense might become stagnant, and we need to bring on someone who can make a change and be a true game changer. So a month ago, I don't think we would have felt like any of these guys could be true game changers. But now that they're able to get consistent and relatively important minutes under the legs, like Kane Kessler-Hayden, 4 weeks ago, we would not have thought that he could be such a game changer. The last 2 games he's came in, albeit, yes, the games were over, he's looked not as dangerous as Milan going down the wing on the attack, but he's looked extremely competent, very, very above average, booming down the wing, 1-2s with players. He had his goal. Did he have an assist today? Can't remember if he had an assist to Sakamoto, but just little things like that. Ellis Sims, finding his good positioning, getting his tap in, like things like that in times where you need them, you don't have to say, oh, why is this guy coming on? Like, so it's just all trending in the right direction for us.
Also, Luke, it's a lot easier to come on when your team doing well, everyone's confident, and you can just slot in, can't you? I mean, look at Jamie Allen today.
Yeah,
I thought he had a great game today.
I love Jamie Allen. I've always said this. People always say he's not quite a championship player. He's definitely not a Premier League player. But I'm telling you, he does what you ask for. He comes on the pitch, he'll run around, he'll give it everything. And a big thing for me with footballers is you've got to be hungry for the ball. You've got to chase the ball every single time. If you lose it, chase back after it. And it's one thing that Jamie Allen does every single time. He'll consistently chase that ball.
Yeah, I thought his energy levels was great, and it's needed because we've lost 2/3 of our creativity out of our midfield with Torp and Rudoni off the pitch. So we're relying on the 3 lads further up the pitch to create things, maybe on their own actually, which is what I'm going to come to BTA, because my word, what's happened to him, Jonah? He's like a beast, isn't he? He's on fire. He's so hungry.
I don't think it's insane to say that BTA is top 3 most important players in the team this season behind Milan and Grimes. It's definitely a hot take. There's so many players that have been playing amazing, but BTA's versatility, his ability to adapt to, quote unquote, losing his starting spot to Sox when he came back from injury, just playing at all 3 positions across the front line. He is a man reborn. I mean, going into this season, I feel like we looked at the team and we thought, okay, if Haji Wright isn't good, like, we are screwed because Ellis Sims is an afterthought, BTA is an afterthought. But now the outlook, it's just funny how quickly things change. He's confident, he's agile, he's quick, his pressing is top tier. He's so important for this team, no matter what position he's playing in. I mean, I feel like he was playing as a 10 today almost.
Yeah, another excellent game. M. King says 3 against Birmingham, 4 against Millwall, 5 against Wednesday. This is an incredible dream come true. Peter Tor, great result today. Long may it continue. M. King again. Jonah is in the witness protection program. That's when you're all in black. That was quite funny. Nick Davenport, 3. He's saying the same thing. With 6 against Blackburn. You never know. 3, 4, 5, 6. That sounds great. It'd be great. That's against my in-laws team. I quite enjoy that if that happens. Lee Lishman, BTA has become the player we thought we were getting when we signed him. West Brom fans said he didn't score enough. Just shows what you've got what happens when you've got the right coaches. M. King, wow, we scored 5 today, and neither Rudoni or Torp playing, which is brilliant. And the thing is, what happens there is it instills confidence with the fans as well, because you're thinking, okay, we're not up to strength, but we can still do it. And I don't care who you play away from home. If you're rattling that many goals, that's incredible, I think, at any standard of football. Scribe Army, I live near Wolverhampton, and the amount of fans from other clubs love what is happening to us. This has to be our season. M. King, I've got 3 or 4 really good mates who are Villa fans, and they're sending me messages saying, surely you're going to come up this season. I don't think people hate us as much as we like to think they do. I think some of us wish we were hated. We're just too nice a club, aren't we? M. King, BTA is a physical beast. I wish his comments would stop jumping. Simon Hargreaves, will Rudy get back in? Yeah, well, that's a good point. Finn, Sheffield United back-to-back relegations. Poor O'Hare. Yes, Simon Hargreaves, 2 keepers on the bench, no Latty. Indy Cov. These last 7 days have been the best I've seen in my lifetime. Ridiculous football, goals and wins. Brilliant. PUSB. Mikey, loving being a Sky Blue supporter right now. So we come to the last couple of goals in. And so just well, we haven't scored any more because we could go on for hours, couldn't we? The first one was the great build-up, wasn't it? Absolutely fantastic build-up. And I mean, it ends in with a tap in by Sims. Got to be in the right place. We've always said it. You put Sims in the 18-yard box, you've got to get the ball in there. He will score goals if he's in the 18-yard box. But what a great build-up again, Luke. Great football.
It's almost like people comment, it's like it's sexy football, isn't it? And we're not used to it. But you are right on Sims, and it's good to see him score. He's missed some real sitters and he's had some real howlers, hasn't he? But I think his confidence is building now. Scoring at Millwall, albeit just a tapping with his head. But again, that's what you want. You know, if you're not there to just put it in, no one cares how it goes in. Just go in. You know, it's 3 points at the end of the day. But no, it was a brilliant goal. I think they're all good, but that was just Sims at his finest. It's what you want, a goal poacher, just a predator, just someone to just nick that ball at the last minute.
Jonah, we look at my biggest criticism always is the final third, because I do feel sometimes we are wasteful in great positions, like Haji Wright in the first half, not seeing the overlaps and trying to go on his own. But when we get it right, we play some lovely football, don't we?
Yeah, you're right about that. I mean, I think every team is wasteful, but right now with just the sheer volume of chances that we're creating, you can look past it until you have to look at it. I mean, the attack was just I don't even know what the right word is. It was just a bombardment. I think against like lower half table teams, I really enjoy like this 4-2-4. I mean, it wasn't technically a 4-2-4, but it's just bombarding them in the attack. And you're going to be wasteful here and there. It's in every player's this arsenal to sometimes not make the right choice. But when you're creating that many chances, you're going to score goals. And we saw it today against a team that, you should go on and batter. And we did.
Well, Mikey saying he's loving being a Sky Blue supporter right now. Sky Blue Army, BTA looks a different player this season. You can see the work he's done during the summer. Colin Branfield, please don't give Frank Manager of the Month. It might be unavoidable. Mick Kelly, PUSB, what a great win. Victoria, our Vicky, she's just got back on the coach. Absolutely buzzing. What a result. What a 7 days. Alex Al, the whole team was there apart from me and Jonah. Oh, and Jack. I think Jack's on his way to Japan, isn't he? Alex Al, even here on the dark side of the M69, Leicester fans are begrudgingly congratulating me as a Coventry fan with what's going on with the mighty Sky Blues. Finn, most teams fear not just getting beat, but getting pounded. Yes. Thomas, son of Hugh, 27 in 9. Wow. And yes, it's beautiful football being played. Relentless. Alex Al, play at Pompey. Do one over Borough. I know it's sad now, isn't it? Because we all know if you can be watching that game cheering on Portsmouth already after only 9 matches. It's a bit sad, but I love it. Sky Blue Army, the clubs know about what we went through with Sisu. They do. And of course, we come to the final goal. Now this is where you have to try and decide who could be man of the match, because we've got quite a few contenders yet again today. Defensively, I mean, I know Kitchen went off early, but him and Thomas had another good game. The two fullbacks have been in sensational form to start this season. Midfield, Grimes is just an artist, isn't he? He's just a director. I mean, I'd hate to use the expression, but I believe it's creeping into our football now. The use of the word quarterback. I didn't want to say it, but I've said it. But he's exactly that, isn't he? He's exactly that, and he's chucking those Hail Marys all over the place, isn't he? He's doing short, long, in between. He finds a man. You got Jamie Allen, who worked so hard today, absolutely putting a shift. BTA, I mean, I thought was magnificent throughout the game. Haji Wright, in fact, Haji Wright was probably one of our players who was below par today, I think. Probably starstruck with his call-up for the USA and playing with that magnificent manager, Pochettino, as Jonah won't agree with that. But I've got to say, for me, Sakamoto, we had a dig at him during the week, saying that he needs to produce something now. He needs to show up. And I think he showed up all game today, putting a real good effort in. And, of course, scored a wonderful goal, Jonah, didn't he, at the end?
Yeah, I'm so happy that Sakamoto scored. He's probably the player that if I had to choose, I think is someone that I just would want to see more from. Just because, I want to see him get on the goal sheet, build up that confidence. But he answered all questions today. He's not my man of the match, but it's tough to have a man of the match when every single player on the pitch played amazing. But yeah, really happy for him. I hope that he can build on that and parlay that into some more good performances going forward.
Who was your man of the match? So you're saying Sakamoto man of the match? Sorry, Jonah.
No, I'm gonna say that my man of the match is BTA, but I do want to shout out to two things. The defense, I think it's being overshadowed how good the defense is with how good our attack has been. The defense has been lights out this season, post international break, like even to the point of just not like the amount of blocks that Kitching and Thomas have had, just not even letting shots go off, clearing out headers, just making the right choices. Bobby had one mistake today. I think it's the first mistake he's made since pre-international break. And as soon as he made the mistake, he got back, he tracked the man down, he slowed the play. Then also Jamie Allen, he has 7 appearances this season. I think he's played more than any of us realized. He's like the, if we're using American terms, he's like the closer for us to just tie down that midfield. But yeah, BTA man of the match. He got the goals when they were the most meaningful. That second goal he scored was a thing of beauty. Kind of looked like Pillagine from Ipswich cutting in across his body, left side of the net, banged it in. So yeah, I choose BTA, but everyone was great.
Yeah, and BTA's goal was beautiful, the way he did that. That's such a hard skill to do as well. Of all the chances he had previously, and then he puts that one in. And it's a bit like Sakamoto, wasn't it, Luke? Because I think most fans just wish he would hit the ball first time sometimes and not do the little turn back, a little turn around and beat the man again. Just hit the ball. So your thoughts then? Man of the match for you? What do you think? Who's your contenders?
So I think had BTA not scored the way he had, I think it would have been Grimes for me. I just like the way Grimes is. And I remember when we signed him, a friend of mine said, remember we used to play against him, he's a problem maker for the opposing team. So I think it would have been Grimes for me, but it has to be just purely on his effort today. BTA, because I've noticed as well, he seems to be stronger now holding the ball. I know last season he was good, but then as soon as he couldn't hold the ball well, he was easily tackled, and he's getting better with that as well, and he's running back a lot more. Yeah, it's got to be Brandon Thomas Asante for me. And sorry West Brom fans, but I think we got a bargain out of you.
Well, I know me and Miles were excited when we signed him last season, and we just didn't see enough of what we're seeing now.
No.
So maybe it is down to the manager. Colin Bramfield says, just said on Sky, Cov got the record. Oh, excuse me. The record for the most goals scored in 9 games. There you go. We're on fire. We are record breakers. Finn, can we beat 108 goals in a season? We can at this rate. Greg Brindle, BTA man of the match. And people say there will be a time where we're going to have a bit of a bad period. What if we don't? What if we don't have a bad period this season? What if, for some reason, we are the team? This is going to come back to haunt me now, isn't it? But there's always a team that, for some reason, just pull it out, don't they? Yeah. And it could be us. It just could be us, just because the way we're playing, we're getting results when possibly the performances aren't actually up there, but they're good enough to beat what you're playing against. That's all you need to do, really. BTA man of the match, Greg Brindle, Sky Blue Army. Let's all enjoy the ride. We are top of the championship. Top, even if it's just for a few hours. Wayne Ghost, if Portsmouth beat Borough, we promise only to win by 2 goals when we play against them at Fratton Park. I would also refer Grimes as the point guard, a point guard, to use a basketball term. His passing is brilliant. I think that was the position I played. Is that the guy who brings the ball up, Jonah? Yeah, that was me. Yeah. That's what I played. Yeah, I couldn't pass like that. The ball spent more time off the court than on it. Yes. So when we get in, when you get into the CBS, Jonah, says Finn.
I am coming to the CBS for the Leicester game and the Millwall game in January 17th and 21st. Booked my stay. Audio's helping me sort out tickets. Just got to get the flights booked. Off work, ready to go.
Yeah, I'm going to chicken in the Millwall end. Matt Rainbow, hopefully this will make you smile. We score more goals today than Sheffield United have scored all season. In fact, we scored the same amount of goals in the first half than they have scored in 9 games. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. That's another bad defeat by them. Oh, well. Ian Plimlott, I believe that Matt Grimes is the midfield general we've been missing, almost as good as McAllister. And it's interesting because he's a player you knew he was around, but you didn't realise how good he was until he sat in your team. Mark Rainbow, BTA really put on a shift today. He gets my man of the match, but massive credit to Jamie Allen for that performance. You couldn't tell he was the stand-in. Alex L, is Grimes the most important sign in the last 12 months? I think you could be right there. Mark Rainbow, credits to Saka. He was triple teamed every time he got the ball. I noticed that in the first 5 minutes that 3 players went onto him straight away. 31 more points and we're safe from relegation, says Mick Davenport. Love it. Grimes was the scrum half. We're all trying to find different analogies for Grimes, aren't we? Graham Tulliart, why does it have to end there? No rules to say it has to. Oh, what's that then? And what about them playing We Live and Die at these times? Yeah, well, somebody's mentioned that. That's incredible they did that. Mick Kelly, Rushworth knows when to come and catch the ball. Very confident keeper commanding the box. Colin Bradfield, Bannon played well for them, would not think he is 35. So it is a magnificent victory. Of course, it's only a short program because we'll be back tomorrow night where we deep analysis. And but it is a fantastic victory today. So what now? It's the international break. It's at the wrong time, isn't it, Luke?
Oh, how many times have we gone? We've done really well, and we go, "Oh, now we're going into the international break," and we come out and it's a slow start. Yeah, I do worry, but I think Frank's got the right. I think Frank knows what he's doing. He knows how to prepare them and keep them fit, and just got to keep that sort of winning mentality. I think if Middlesbrough can draw or lose today, sitting at the top for 2.5 weeks will definitely help that morale, keep the team sort of fired up. You know, we're sitting at the top. Let's go back out there and let's keep that spot.
Yeah, Jonah, we came out of the last international break okay, didn't we? We've not lost yet, so we obviously did. I think Luke's right, isn't he? We've got a manager and a training, the coaches basically just saying to these players, just keep going. You know, it's an excuse, isn't it? And also it gives a chance for players to recover now these next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
First off, just stay healthy to the guys that got called up. Jada Silva will be starting against England. That'll be fun to watch. Haji probably get 90 minutes in one match. Hopefully he can stay healthy. Yeah, I mean, everyone backs Frank, backs the squad. I think everyone's, I'm not exactly sure how, the official processes go with the players that didn't get called up. I mean, I'm sure they're going to be reporting every day, but I just feel like everyone that didn't get called up is just going to want to go to the facilities and spend time together and keep building rapport and stay fit. So it's great on that side of things. Obviously, there's some new guys that are still building rapport. I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen the City Unseen on YouTube. It seems like they're all best friends, like Rao, Kane, Kessler, Hayden. Like they've morphed into the team really good. And then also much needed minutes to rest the legs and those who are still hurt, time to get back to full health. So just fingers crossed everyone stays healthy. And then we come back with a full strength squad in 2 weeks from now.
Shall we stop saying we've got a thin squad now? Should you just say we've got a very good squad of 24 players who currently are doing the business. Now, Mark Rainbow says Grimes is the player Stuart Robson would have been if he wasn't cropped at the time. Ryan Matthew J, international break gives the players like Rudy, Torp and EMC time to get fully fit. Good luck to Wednesday, says Finn. They're fighting against their owner. Mick Davenport, isn't it November when we get better? Yes, we know. Yes, this is a slow start. We should have scored 40 goals by now. Finn, yes, Mick, we don't start playing good football till November. We're going to cut it short now. Thank you for those who've joined us. Please like and subscribe. Tell your friends, whether they're dead or alive, to watch the Sky Blue Fans TV channel. Also, catch Jonah. Jonah, tell everybody what you've been doing.
Yes, thank you. So I do away game live streams on TikTok, and then I do a post-match reaction on YouTube every single game. It'll be out in 60 minutes from now. Jonah Fatcat on YouTube. Thank you all for the support. PUSB.
Luke, great to have you back on. You've not been on for a while, but great to have you back on, mate.
Yeah, it feels good to be back.
Yeah, you kind of don't want to end it. You just want to keep talking Cov. Let's keep talking Cov, but I better shut up now and do the shopping. So everybody, remember to tune in tomorrow night at 7:30. There'll be Miles, me, Victoria. Hopefully Ken will be better. Jack won't be here because he'll be somewhere. I don't know where he's going to be. Oh, he's be in Japan, probably flying there. But anyway, what a win. We are currently top of the league. Have they kicked off any other games yet? Portsmouth winning. Come on, Pompey. Play up Sky Blues. Play up Pompey. Come on. Right, we'll be back tomorrow. Play up Sky Blues. Oh, by the way, had to do the elephant.
Yeah.
Sky Blue Fans TV, for the fans, by the fans.